And Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Iran's supreme leader, is now dead. Iranian state media have reported his death early Sunday after a major attack launched by Israel and the United States. U.S. President Donald Trump has said hours earlier that Khamenei had been killed in the joint operation. Ali Khamenei was a pillar of Iran's theocratic system since the Islamic Revolution and saw off multiple crises over the decades. Khamenei took over the reins after the death of Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini in 1989. Khomeini had led the overthrow of the Shah, but it fell to Khamenei to turn that revolutionary vision into a state establishment. He ended up ruling far longer than Khomeini. He expanded the clerical class and built the paramilitary Revolutionary Guard into the most important body underpinning his rule. He remained in power after overcoming 1999 student demonstrations, 2009 mass protests sparked by disputed presidential elections, and 2019 demonstrations that were brutally suppressed. He also survived the 2022-2023 Women Life Freedom Movement, which was sparked by the death in custody of Iranian Kurdish woman Mahsa Amini, who had been arrested for allegedly violating the strict dress code for women. Khamenei responded with a deadly crackdown. Khamenei was forced to go into hiding during the 12-day war against Israel in June, but he survived that war. In early January, hundreds of thousands marched into cities across the country, many calling for end to his rule. Khamenei responded with the deadliest crackdown seen in nearly 50 years of clerical rule, as security forces opened fire on crowds, killing thousands. Ali Khamenei was born into a religious family in the northeastern holy city of Mashhad. He studied under Khamenei in the early 1960s, before Khamenei's exile to Iraq and France. When Khamenei returned to Iran in triumph in February 1979 and proclaimed the Islamic Republic, Khamenei was appointed to the Secretive Revolutionary Council. In 1981, he was elected Iran's third president. That same year, a bombing by opponents left him with one hand paralyzed. Under Khamenei's reign, Iran shifted fully from conventional warfare to support for proxies, building the so-called axis of resistance to advance its interests in the region. He remained deeply suspicious of the U.S., referring to it as the Great Satan. Khamenei's death raises questions about the future of the Islamic Republic. The 88th seat Assembly of Experts, a group of mostly hardline clerics, will choose Khamenei's replacement. No clear successor is in place for now, but reports do say National Security Chief Ali Larijani may play a pivotal role. All right, we were earlier talking to James A. Russell. We're now joined by him live again. Thank you so much for staying with us, Mr. Russell. He's joining us from Ontario, California. Well, we were just discussing the role of Gulf states in this. So I would like to just continue on that same point. Is there somehow a chance of, considering the fact that there will be attacked and they are under a threat of being attacked by RGC, is there any way that there would be proposing a back channel diplomacy? And if so, will Oman, which is, of course, these are countries who are being attacked, to be ready to negotiate and try and settle down for a negotiation if possible? And will U.S. agree for that? All right, we'll be just getting back to our guest. There seems to be a little connection problem. We'll be right back with the guest, but somehow, of course, we know the latest developments that we know right now is Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Iran's supreme leader, is dead. We still have IRGC, who has vowed punishment for the death of Khamenei, who they have been calling murderers. They had earlier announced that there will be ferocious defensive operation that will take place against, as they call them, bases of American terrorists. One of them has taken place in Iraq, in the Erbil airport that we know of. We'll have to wait and see how far these attacks go. But what we know is Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, has now been killed. What you see on the screens are visuals from Tehran of the people mourning the death of the supreme leader. Their 40-day mourning day has been announced. And these are the visuals of the Iranians carrying Iranian flags, and mourning the death of the supreme leader.